Now, efforts continue this week to increase the supply of coronavirus vaccines with the expectation from the Biden administration that there will be enough vaccines for every American by the end of July. What about other countries? Our Joe St. George looks at the growing issue of fairness with who gets vaccinated first.
The pandemic has impacted our lives for nearly a year, but relief appears to be closer than ever.
When is every American who wants it going to be able to get a vaccine?
By the end of July of this year.
Currently, 1.6 million vaccine doses are being administered each day in our country. The United States produces 10 to 15 million each week, but the vaccine supply is expected to increase even more soon. The expectation is that 4.5 million doses will be available each day in the coming months.
Of course, having the vaccine supply is very different than actually getting shots in the arms. The U.S. continues to struggle with the administration of the vaccine, but the country's problems pale in comparison to an emerging global issue. Over 100 countries worldwide haven't received the vaccine at all, and that has the potential to impact the U.S.'s progress, not to mention that international trip you've been waiting to plan.
According to the United Nations, 130 countries haven't received a single dose of the vaccine. 10 countries have administered 75% of the global supply. The United States is one of those 10 countries. This is what the head of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, said last week.
We must ensure that everybody everywhere can be vaccinated as soon as possible. Yet progress on vaccinations has been widely uneven and unfair.
President Biden, for his part, has pledged $2 billion more in recent days to an international campaign to boost vaccine distribution. But to some degree, his hands are tied, many believing the president needs to focus on our country's supply before he can devote greater attention to the global community. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.